listeners.
Chatty Chappies.
Here we are again.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Brian and Andrew on
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Thank you for turning on Chatty Chappies.
So, I was just coming into cars.
Okay.
At the end, I was 18 in, I was born in 64, so I was 18 in 1982.
Yeah.
So I was just coming towards the end of what we probably now think of as a golden age of the Ford Cortina, the Ford Escort, Ford Escort Mexico, those sorts of cars, and the end of what had been sort of independent British car manufacturers.
Yes.
Humber,
British Leyland.
well, the BMC, British Leyland, not, we're saying they were wonderful cars.
No.
Yeah, but, Humber Sprites.
Oh, yeah.
All those cars that you now see in museums and at car shows.
So 82, that's about the same time as I was running this Allegro estate that I mentioned in the last programme.
Yeah, we would have been talking about.
If they'd missed that, they could go back and listen to about the Allegro.
When were you in Fort William? You came for a period of time.
Yeah, I was in Fort William about twice. I
Royal
was there in
Bank?
82, and I was, no, not 82, probably about 83, but I was there in about, 79?
Right, okay. Well,
it might have been Christmas 78.
Yeah. In the mid-1970s, my dad bought something called the Chrysler 180.
The Chrysler 180.
If you remember the Hillman Avenger.
Oh, yes,
It was like a bigger,
right,
dare I say, posh.
bigger version, posh version.
Aye. It was Chrysler Europe's.
Yeah.
I think in Britain it had been originally going to be badged as a Humber, but Chrysler Roots company, Simca, said no, we want to have this Chrysler badge on it.
Yeah.
So he had this. It was the reason I asked why you were in Fort William with the Royal Bank was I believe it had been the bank manager's car.
Ah.
It was an M registration. It was probably about 18 months old when we got it.
Now, were they metallic?
They were. Yeah, it was a metallic green. In fact, I think it was called grasshopper green.
Okay.
And being a car of the 70s, it had a black vinyl roof, which was very much in vogue at the time. It was like getting alloy wheels instead of steel wheels. Yeah. Your car, if you just took the street,
top notch
later. So black vinyl roofs, and it was the car I learnt to drive in.
Okay, so at that point I would have been driving the Renault 12.
Okay. Yes.
To Fort William.
Aye.
I do remember taking it to Ullapool. It's another story, but I was just going to say that I'd just been in for a service, and they hadn't tightened the tappets properly, and a piston rod went through the cylinder.
That's not so good.
Not so good.
That's not so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, was that the end of your car, or did you get it?
We got it fixed, and the garage actually did us good, and they did the repair and didn't charge me.
Well, very good.
Yeah. But I had to hop home from Ullapool back down to Stirling. Yeah.
That wasn't.
It was a bit of a journey.
Aye. Yeah. Especially in 1980, the road to Ullapool wasn't
not particularly good. Yeah. In fact, neither was the road from Inverness going south.
No.
Anyway, so we've got this
Chrysler 180,
kind of greeny metallic, alloy wheels, And what did you call the roof? Felt?
Vinyl
roof.
The
Sorry,
black vinyl roof.
Yeah.
So anyway, over the years, we had 3 of these.
3, right.
Okay, my dad was very fond of them. So we had that one, then we had a sort of Air Force blue coloured one, again with the black vinyl.
Oh, yes, I can picture it.
And then a gold one, again with the black vinyl roof. The thing was that by the time we got the last one, I was driving and I had keys
Yes.
for each of them.
Of course,
Yeah. We hadn't all 3 at the same time, but we had 2 of them at the same time.
Yeah.
But just to show you how secure cars were back then, I could take the keys. I didn't have to look to see which. I could just pick up keys. I could then go down,
Yeah.
open, get in, start, and drive away. Any of
the cars.
with the keys of any of the others. Yeah.
And that wasn't because they were worn. It's
And there
just
were 3 models over built over probably about a 7 or 8 year period. So yeah.
Now these were petrol engines.
Petrol engines,
1.
big 1.8 engins
1.8, yeah.
with a 4-speed gearbox.
Of course, they have 4-speed.
The
Yeah.
only 4-speed gearbox. You think to yourself, which was something of a by 1974-75. Cars were already getting 5-speed gearboxes.
Yeah.
I remember. Do you remember the Maxi?
Oh yes.
The Austin Maxi.
Austin Maxi. Yeah.
Austin Maxi had a 5-speed gearbox.
And I didn't remember that. Yeah.
It was one of the first
The Maxi.
non-sports cars or that had a 5-speed gearbox. Because before that, you used to get overdrive.
No. My Spitfire.
Your Spitfire, I thought we might get that.
There we go, yeah.
Spitfire.
My Triumph Spitfire 1500 had four gears and the overdrive.
And the overdrive.
And it had a flick switch on the top of the gear stick.
Yeah, you always
you know
see that. You can picture it, yeah. It was just like an on-off switch on a...
And when you flick it, you got that surge when you moved it. Oh, terrific. Yeah, so I had that. I had a bright red Spitfire with the small suitcase
like
rack.
A roof rack.
A roof rack on the boot, yeah.
Yeah.
People used to say to me, is that a 4-seater? It was actually a 2-seater with a parcel shelf.
Yeah. Aye.
Great wee car though.
Great wee car.
Great wee car. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And we did... Where was I then? Yes, I was working in Dunblane and going back and forward to Dunblane down the motorway from Stirling.
Aye. Yeah. You could actually just go on the back road, but if you had a Triumph Spitfire, you made sure you went on the motorway. Yeah,
well, the Stirling bypass was made then, and I was going to Bannockburn, so it made more sense to go right past Stirling and come back in at the top end of Bannockburn. Yeah. Anyway, so you got the 3 cars.
Yeah.
What were you going to do with 3 cars? Were you going to?
Well, but we had one as the family car.
Right.
My dad was working away, so he had picked up a second-hand one, and then we got a third one, which we cannibalised the engine of the original one. We did an engine transplant. It had, and and it lasted, and I can't remember just how they were disposed of. I've got some memory of somebody buying the last one off us. Because obviously a lot of cars just rusted away.
Yes. Cars didn't last long.
70s,
So there we go. Are we?
That was
that's
my motoring.
Your first start.
Yeah.
And there must be other cars to talk about.
Triumph Herald Estate.
Oh yeah.
Vauxhall Victor, 1963 Vauxhall Victor with a 3-speed column change gearbox. Yeah.
Different, yeah. Maybe come back to these cars then, will we?
Yes,
Let's
indeed.
well, time's up. We'll
Yeah.
have to go.
Yeah.
Nice speaking with you.
Likewise.
You were listening to another program of Chatty Chappies.